We'll give a few people a moment to come in. Bryson's Folly. What did I miss? Bryson, I'm waiting for you, buddy. Oh. Well, America's independence and the Boston Tea Party, what do they have in common? America's independence. America separated itself from Britain over a 2% tax on tea. 2% tax. We are being taxed by King George 2%. And I did a tweet today. A 2% tax is like a finger in your ass. And now we got 2 fists up our ass when it comes to taxes. So really, that's what Independence Day is. It's a people being overtaxed. We're supposed to have, it's taxation without representation. And we've lost control of our government. Our government's a car, and when you turn the steering wheel, nothing happens. It's broken, and we're gonna go off a cliff. That's where we're at. I did read a little news this morning. I really enjoyed Donald Trump talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I want you to note, what was Donald Trump doing when he made those comments? Because what he is doing is what he'll be doing if he's elected, playing golf. I don't think America should be run from the golf course. Maybe other people would disagree with me. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but I just think that him out there playing golf all the time is not the solution for America. We need, like, when COVID happened and people were doing remote working, well, that's over. COVID's over. We have offices, and we want people in offices. Like, if I have a company, I want to know in my building, I can walk over to marketing and the design team and walk into their cubicle and start talking to them. I don't want to have to pick up the phone and get their voicemail because they're working remotely at home. I want to be able to talk to my employees and have meetings at any moment, converge a meeting. I don't want to hear, well, somebody's can't make it because they're at their home office. Find another job that works from home. So the president of the United States is not a call it in job from the golf course, but that's Donald Trump. Donald Trump just wants to call it in. Today's Thursday. Oh, tomorrow at 8 o'clock at night, that means I've been on the road for a full week. I wasn't expecting this. I thought I'd be home by now. I'm not sad about it. It's just I've just had a lot of car problems. I guess the first car problem was a blown out tire. Well, actually, when I left the home, it was getting, a kitty cat. Just about 10 miles out of home, it showed some signs of being warm. I was like, oh no, should I turn around and go home? And then it cooled off. And anyways, I'm waiting today. So last night I took out the thermostat, so I put the housing back together. And I'm using a silicone that takes 24 hours to cure. Wish I'd known that before I used it. But what do we got? Oh, my silicone will be cured at just around dusk when the 4th of July fireworks start. Lee Deluge. I got another basically 10 hours. It's cured in 10 hours. Yeah, now's not the time to cut corners, so that's why I'm waiting. I really hate my beard right now. I want to shave it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Um, the first thing I'll do when I get my car running is I'll zip over to Walmart and buy a razor, a bowl for the water, and some shaving cream so I can shave. It looks like something the cat dragged in. Cat drags me in. Meow. Hi, I'm Wayne. Your cat got me. Apparently, I learned the story of let the cat out of the bag yesterday. A couple hundred years ago in England, at the farmer's market, people bought piglets. And piglets are so hard to control, they put them in a bag. So people would buy piglets sight unseen. And sometimes unscrupulous marketers would put a cat in the bag. So when they got home, the first thing they did was open the bag to see the piglet or a cat. And so that's where let the cat out of the bag came from. Haha, nobody can swat you while you're on the road, right? Oh no, somebody could find out where I'm at. Well, the swatter, well, there's more than one swatter for sure. Because Alan, who swatted me, who's in jail in Florida right now, I got swatted after he was in jail. So like if they wanted me to lose all my friends, I lost all my friends from the swatting. People are afraid to be my friend because they'll be swatted, and then the friends I have aren't there anymore because of the swattings. And I learned who my friends are. He's in jail for swatting. You know, making false police reports. The feds haven't even prosecuted him yet, and they're going to do that. The feds they take forever to get their evidence. Like Allen was participating in most likely a swatting network. He ran something called Tor SWAT. And who taught him how to SWAT? And my answer is a Mossad agent, somebody with huge technical skills, taught the 17-year-old how to get away with it. So, spies usually don't do the killing. They find somebody else to do it for them, so they take the fall. What did they say? What did they say you were killing yourself? Smith at home, shaking my SMTH. They made all kinds of allegations similar to what you're describing there. It's not worth repeating. I think the Riverside Sheriff Office enjoyed torturing me. Well, Wayne, we got a call. We got to come out here. We don't know if it's fake or if it's real. I told them before it even happened that I'm being swatted. So they knew from day one that I was a target. I was a victim, but whatever. I'm kind of hungry right now. Sam. Obviously, Sam, you're one of the swatters. Anytime somebody goes, nah, you're just a smart ass. Fuck you. I don't need you here, Sam. When somebody tells me to chill, I definitely don't need you here. My fucking moderations. I'm trying to ban you, Sam. Oh, there we go. You got a timeout. You got a 24-hour timeout, Sam. I don't need your shit. You're obviously part of the stalking group who gets joy out of swatting me. Lee Deluge, I don't know who you are. So anyways, I figured out how to ban him. Maybe if you hang out longer and you're cool, I'll give you moderator status. You know, it's attempted murder to swat somebody. You guys swatted my mother with cancer 7 times. That probably accelerated her death. And then you fuckers tried to suggest I was doing it. Fuck you people. Yeah, it's a Wrangler shirt. And $22. A little bit dirty from working on the car. It'll clean up in the wash. It's XXX. It's a little loose on me, but I like it loose. I'm wearing XX right now from Walmart. I'm a 2Xer. What a fat bastard I am. Well, I'm not a bastard. I know who my parents are. Or were. May they rest in peace wherever they are. I already got revenge, dude. My success is revenge. Let me show you success. Here's my... Look at this nice chrome door handle. Look at this nice trim panel. Peace given to me by a loving friend, my friend Chick, his wife. Look at this nice interior seat. Rear view mirror, you adjust it right here. You never do this with your hand. The adjustment is down here. My continued success is revenge. My positive attitude is revenge. I am rubber, you are glue. It bounces off me and sticks on you. Thanks, Andy. You know, I think it's going to be okay with the car today. And if I have to make a paper gasket, I will. I was just looking at this box. I could use this box as the paper gasket. Hey, Drift Speed. Just chin wagging with you guys. You weren't here yesterday, Drift Speed, but I used some silicone, special silicone for water pumps and thermostat housings, and it takes 24 hours to cure. Hey, JJ. Happy 4th of July, everybody. So I took out the thermostat, and this is the rubber that holds the thermostat, and there's a groove. So that's a circle. And then the thermostat goes in the middle. And then when you clamp it, it squeezes. Well, with it gone, there's a gap. So if I clamped it down, that rubber wasn't tall enough to make a seal. So that's why I had to put the silicone up here. And I'm really hoping it's going to hold. Yeah, it could blow out fast. Let's pray it doesn't. Yeah, I might. There's two solutions to this. Well, there's two potential solutions to this thermostat housing. One is what I have going right now. No, there's three. No thermostat and silicone. No thermostat and a paper gasket and silicone. Third, partial thermostat gutted, thermostat silicone. Yeah. I did something wrong when I installed it, this current one, and I'll just admit, delunge. Delunge, you're getting a timeout for stupid questions. It's in my profile. You're just here trolling me. What was I saying? Oh, I just don't want to gut the thermostat yet. It's not like I'm going to put it in. But, I got a solution. I should have bought some other silicone. Damn it. Now I might have to walk 2 or 3 miles to an auto parts store. I could do it if I had to. I could ask my host to give me a ride if I needed. I just noticed this house has metal siding. That was a big thing they sold in the 70s. Metal siding for homes. You don't have to paint it. I'm in a town in Wyoming. It's by Rawlings. Yeah, I'm not in the desert right now. I'm about 800 miles away. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm going back. I'm just on a trip to finish my paperwork on this house I'm buying. So, yeah, then I go back, and I'm probably going to buy a dually truck and get a trailer, a car transport trailer, where I can put a sedan on it like this. This thing's probably 17 feet long. And hey, man, I didn't know you were buying a house. Yeah, I bought a home. I bought a 2-bedroom home with a new furnace and water tank, and it's got a basement with a dirt floor, and the ceiling is about 6.5 inches, and it's got a 1-car garage with a concrete floor on an acre. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I might even just put a trailer on the property and live in the trailer and rent the house for Airbnb money. Oh, it's on 2 lots. Yeah, I'm really thrilled. And it's a great use of my mother's money. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Drift Speed. Now, Drift Speed, I know you have a lot of dualies. You said you've had like 20, I think you said. Is there any dually from the 70s or the 80s you recommend is a reliable one? I'm looking to get hopefully a diesel International Harvester motor, or one of the, I think, Dodges with the Cummins turbo. I would prefer. However, if it's a gasoline, it's not something I'm going to use all the time. So if it sucks gas, which they all do, 5 or 8 miles to the gallon when towing, I'm just going to have the thing to do my move. I would prefer good fuel economy because it'll save me money on my move, but yeah. Also, the Mercedes M-Class has a towing capacity of 7,000 pounds. So I can get an ML320 for $2,000 to $3,000. And they're 4-wheel drive. So that might be a better car for me to own if I'm going to start living in a place with snow. Oh, you're not a dually owner? Maybe that was Pat. Oh, it's Drift Speed. Hey, Drift Speed. I got you confused with Diabolical 58. Your icons look similar. Sorry, Drift Speed. I'm glad you're here. You've been very financially supportive over the years. Thank you so much. Yeah, reliability is number one, especially in the situation I'm in right now. Hey, JJ, you weren't here yesterday, so I did take out my thermostat. Have you ever taken out your thermostat? Because you were smart enough to know that the temperature of a diesel is important. Yeah, I just started a new job, so I've been busy recently. What are you doing, Drift Speed? So, JJ, when you take out the thermostat, would you say your car ran a lot cooler overall? I would think that it would be hard to overheat a car without a thermostat. It isn't too difficult to remove the thermostat. Well, you know, the thermostat housing on the OM603, that's what I have an OM603. So when you put it back together, did you use silicone? Did you know, because the seal is like this and the thermostat goes in the middle of that rubber seal. It's not an O-ring, it's a square it's a rectangle cross section. So when you put it back together, did you gut the thermostat or did you just take the thermostat out completely? Because I took my thermostat out completely. Now that I think about it, the thermostat goes in here, but this empty space, that rubber is solid. So when I install it, this piece here doesn't collapse. Yeah, but the heat doesn't work as well in the winter. My Honda uses rubber gasket. I never did thermostat on OM603. Thank you. Yeah, of course the heat wouldn't work so good in the winter. Yeah, I know. Oh. Well, why did you take the thermostat out on your Honda? To me, taking the thermostat out is kind of like a temporary fix until you get a grip of why things aren't working the way they should why they're not working. You know, I made one mistake yesterday on the radiator. I didn't look at my condenser. My condenser could be clogged, and the condenser is preventing airflow to the good radiator. I feel so stupid. Oh, my Honda upgraded the fans and radiators so it won't overheat. It was an upgrade. I had to drive without it for a bit until the upgrade came. Oh, okay. That's a great answer. Thank you, JJ. I was reading, oh, I could be doing that today. Why my car has such terrible power. Like when you press the gas pedal or the diesel pedal, the accelerator, it acts like nothing. And somebody said the ALDA tube could be clogged. So I need to take it off and blow some air and put a wire hanger through it or a piece of wire to make sure that it's not clogged. And my EGR could be stuck open. That's another reason for low power. I don't think it is stuck open. I could have blockage I don't have blockage in my exhaust because I've, given it high throttle, like 4,000 to 5,000 RPMs, and I can see a exhaust coming out the back, and it leaves like a soot mark on the earth. I'll get there. Most importantly, when you hit the turbo, the car moves. It doesn't move like a stab rat. It moves. Somebody was saying in the forums after they fixed their car, it moved like a stabbed rat. I was like, I've never heard that before. Also, this car is quite a large distraction from running for president. Like literally, this could fuck me up. I might have just fucked myself with this car. But if I hadn't bought this car, I think I would have taken this trip up here in my backup Mercedes because the turbo works and it can get like 30-ish miles to the gallon, and it's pretty zippy actually. An 87 Mercedes diesel sedan. It's very streamlined. But here we are. This is where we're at. It is the way it is. Putin, we'll talk some global politics. I just looked at RT. Putin is, it looks like Zelensky's finally going to do a peace talk. Yeah, of course it was filled up. Andy, yeah. Well, what would happen is when it overheats, it purges about a half gallon of water, and we don't know why it's overheating. And like I really don't know. Like there is something going on that I don't know right now. And Pat and I both have a similar suspicion, which is a blown head gasket. Even though I've done a check for the blown head gasket and there's no exhaust gases in my system, maybe under load, exhaust gases happen. At the bottom of the radiator is right where the thermostat opens. So it's only 12 inches away. Head gasket in any car is a drag. Yeah. Like if this car does have a blown head gasket, I'm just going to have it towed to the location and deal with it later. I'm probably going to install a lift at my new home so I can get under the car. A lift and an overhead gantry, like a chain hoist, so I can lift. Well, you can buy a movable gantry that to lift a motor out of the car, and the chain will lift out the motor, or a cherry picker. But I still need a lift to get under the car. I also need a way to. I need a welding apparatus so I can make my own exhaust. Do my own welding. Drift Speed, I just found a good deal, and well, I'm not discussing where I'm living because of the swatting. So, but I found a good deal on a home where I can garden, and that's what works for me. Yeah, I've seen the $12,000 exhaust on the V12. That's a good one. Sounds like Formula One. Yeah, of course that's on a V12. This is not a V12. This is a straight six diesel. I mean, I do appreciate that beautiful sounding exhaust. However, I would never want to own a car. Well, Drift Speed, I'm not sure I'm 100% out of California because my budget retirement plan is to have two worthless pieces of property in different climates. So when it's hot as fuck in the desert, I come to the property over here. And when it's cold as fuck here, I go to the property in the desert. So winter's in California and spring and summer at the other location. So I'm going to be a snowbird, maybe. I can handle, like I used to milk our cow at 20 degrees below zero outdoors. So I know what it's like to live in below zero temperatures. I also really prefer country people. I mean, I'm kind of with country people now, living in the desert. People who live in the desert are very much country people, but they're a different kind of country people. They are willing to live in a desert, and that's the opposite of life, mostly because where I'm at now is like farming country, and a desert is not farming country. There's no way to farm it. So you just have these people who are willing to live in a hot environment where nothing grows mostly. They're kind of like recluses. Obviously the desert can be extremely beautiful, and there are some people who absolutely love extreme heat. This woman Colette that I'm still dating her. I'm talking to her every day. We're friends. She loves the heat. She can't stand the cold, and she would rather just, well, she has air conditioning, so. You are killing me, Smalls. I'm one of those people that watches without signing in. Is there a way you can take it to... Well, I am a shop, dude. I'm not going to pay somebody $2,000 to fix my car. For the money you're spending, you could get it fixed. You don't know shit, Ghost Pronto. You don't know shit. I was a mechanic at BMW for 4 years. I had a California smog license. I'm a master mechanic. All right. Ghost Pronto, you're getting a timeout. I don't need your worthless, never fucking worked on a car advice. Well, if you're a tech, then you're talking out your ass. I'm a tech also, so enjoy your time out. I enjoy technical discussions, but paying money to have somebody else fix... A mechanic doesn't pay somebody else to fix his car. A mechanic fixes his own car, okay? He gets advice from other mechanics if he needs it, but I'm going to be doing all the wrenching on my car. Yeah, I got the money to take it to the Mercedes dealer. I'm just not going to do that. Fucking trolls. You guys trolling me, you know, what goes around comes around. Somebody's going to troll you. Somebody's going to destroy your life. You're not getting out of this scot-free. Thanks, JJ. Yeah, it's you know, like if I was injured, like if I had my hand and my arm in a cast and my hand in a cast, well, then I can't do it. But oh yeah, karma's totally real. I get total joy out of working on cars. Like all this drama, it's not that bad. It's an inconvenience because I'm on the road and my flurry of tools is not with me. I mean, I have quite a few tools with me. Probably have a few $1,000s in tools with me. But I don't have the luxury of my own driveway right now. And the internet and taking a break and sleeping on my bed. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Alex. I don't know anything about electrical, so I have people for that. Well, electrical is pretty simple. You know, I probably could give you a 1-day course that would make you feel a lot more confident. It all starts with that voltmeter. And just think of electricity as water. And I'm going to give you a course right now. So this is a water hose. And let's say the water comes to my nose and then just drops. Well, that distance, if the water shot further, that's voltage. So voltage is pressure, and it's represented as I for intensity. Now, let's say the water coming out is narrow, like this pencil. Well, that's the amperage. And when it's bigger, if it was a big pipe, that's more amperage. But if it just comes out a little bit, well, that's just big amps, low volts. But if you have a lot of water coming out at a big distance, then that's lots of amps at lots of volts. That's electricity. Like literally, it's that simple. Watts and amps are the same thing, just described differently. There's a few formulas. Yeah, it's simple. So a voltmeter will test how far it's shooting out. And then what is shooting out? Like, so If this is the water hose and I got a 5-gallon bucket and it's just trickling, it's going to take a while to fill up that bucket. But if it's a huge hose, like a fire hose, that 5-gallon bucket's going to fill up quick because of a combination of two things: the voltage, how fast it's coming out, and the volume, which is another way to describe volume, is called current. Current, amps, and watts are all kind of the same thing. What makes electricity confusing is they've got a bunch of interchangeable terms. And yeah. The next thing in electricity are things called resistors. You can have a big pipe, but when you put there's a big pipe, but when you put a resistor here, it turns into a little pipe. So it's a restrictor. So you can have 12 volts, but you need 6 volts. So there's a math calculation where you get these resistors and put them in line to reduce the voltage. And that's kind of like step 2 in electricity, is you need different voltages, pressures, to move things. Like an electrical circuit is kind of like that mousetrap game where like things are turning and a ball goes like this and trips the foot, and the foot kicks the bucket and the ball rolls out of the bucket, and it does, it's just a complicated series of events. That's it for electricity for today. As a kid, I played with a Rector set and Lego, and I literally just enjoy this shit. Like, some women enjoy sewing or cooking or nurturing. Thanks, JJ. And I enjoy building and fixing. If a man made it, a man can fix it. If a woman made it, a man can't fix it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, and put it on the way you took it off. Those are what my dad told me about being a mechanic. And the other thing my dad said is you got to be smarter than the stuff you're working on. Like literally, if you're frustrated on doing something or it's not going back together, you're doing it wrong. You gotta just take a break, walk away from it, come back in a moment. No, I'm not coming through. Well, was I? No, I missed Colorado. I went up through Utah. And then after Utah, I'm trying to visualize the states right now. Yeah, I went from Utah to Wyoming, and I bypassed Colorado. Yeah. I might tell people where I live after some time, after I meet with the local sheriff in person, shaved, clean, business professional at their office. I'm probably going to be suing the Riverside Sheriff's Office for what they've done. They violated my civil rights more than once. Morning. And they don't care. They were pretty happy about violating my civil rights. The last time it happened was like maybe Christmas Day. I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing here? Well, we tried to call Wayne. I'm like, oh, that's right. My phone is off, or my phone is dead. I'm so sorry. And it was 2 of them in different squad cars. And they're like, is it okay if we check your place? I'm like, oh, there's no need. You wouldn't have come out if I picked up the phone. Therefore, you don't have to be here. Well, we'd like to check it out. I'm like, there's no exigent circumstances. There's no felon fleeing capture. There's no drugs being flushed down the toilet, and nobody's being killed. So you have no grounds to search my home without a search warrant. So if you want to get a search warrant, you can do it. Well, we're doing it anyways, Wayne. And he went and searched my property. Went in my home, went in my shed. And so he was just having a power trip. And I was having a power trip called my civil right. My civil rights are not a power trip. They're my civil rights. So I said, this gives me grounds for litigation. Well, go ahead and sue the Riverside Sheriff Office if you want, Wayne. Go ahead, do it. I said, I'd rather not. I don't have the money to sue you guys, and I'd rather not do it. I've been cordial with these guys the whole time, but that's just not how they operate. One of them just got busted for dealing meth for the cartels. Riverside Sheriff Office is working with the Mexican cartels pushing methamphetamines. That's who we're talking about here. Bro, I did real estate and I want to ask so many questions about this house, but I don't want to give them enemy any info on you, so I'll hold back. Yeah, thanks, Drift Speed. It's my intent to fix up the home and maybe sell it for probably $180 in a year. Yeah. Yeah, I think I found a gold mine in this part of America. Oh, I made a joke. So this is a little bit of coastal thinking, West Coast, East Coast. It's arrogant and it's not, I don't subscribe to it, but I used to participate in it. So, the term flyover states, and flyover states are people who fly from the West Coast to the East Coast, and they're being dismissive of the Midwest, so much so they won't even name the states. They just call them flyover states. And the arrogance is that they're so boring, they're not even worth visiting. And while I'm here and I'm driving through the Midwest, I'm like, oh, this is a Midwest psyop. The Midwest created flyover states so people from the East Coast and West Coast don't come here because it's so beautiful and so magical. Like, why would you want to be anywhere else? You wouldn't. It's so pretty here. It's so affordable. People are so nice. Bro, Andy, a cop? Laugh out loud. Are you still in Southern California? Alex, I'm in Wyoming right now. Boring equals rural countryside living. That's not boring. It's wonderful. It is wonderful, exactly. But there's like this girl, Colette. She doesn't like the country. She likes the city. But what does she do? She never goes to the city. She's stuck inside her home all day long, and she bitches about where she lives. Like, she says she wishes she's in Palm Springs. I'm like, you are in Palm Springs. She's just in the town next door to it, and she wants to be. She would be happier if she lived like 2,000 feet in the other direction. I'm like, you're nuts, lady. And she doesn't have the money to be a social life, but she's from Manhattan for 30, 40 years. And so she thinks like a socialite, but she's living the life of a pauper, a poor person. So she's sadly just a delusional old woman. And I'll find me a country chick. She'll be like, you're perfect, Wayne. I love your psyop conspiracy theory. I agree with it. There's so much more to do in the country. Oh, I walked into a sporting goods store. I'm like, I bet they have guns in there. Do they have guns? The whole place was guns. Like, the whole back wall probably had 600 to 1,000 rifles. No joke. I uploaded one photo. They had an H&K UMP, Ultimate Machine Pistol, a CMP, Civilian Machine Pistol, but it's a .45 caliber submachine gun. I mean, this version's not the submachine gun, but you can buy the 45 UMP if you had, it's a military weapon. And I've never held one. It was pretty lightweight and normally it's this size, but this, the one there is 20, it's got a 20-inch barrel. The ammunition was on the shelf like Pop-Tarts, not behind a counter. And the weapons on the wall, the rifles on the wall, you could take it off and hold it. No, like super trusting place. Like it was really just beautiful to be in such a place with such freedom. And I could have walked out with a gun in a half hour. They just make sure you're not on an FBI list and for a rifle. I just think that's pretty awesome. I don't own guns right now. California is actually pretty fucked up. Like if those sheriffs knew I had a gun, they might have shot me. It was such a dangerous situation. And they didn't make it easier for me. The second time I was there and they put me in handcuffs and I'm sitting in the car, it says on the computer screen, possible swatting. So since they knew it was a possible swatting, there's no exigent circumstances to search my home without a search warrant. They were violating my civil rights from day 2 at least. Day 1, they were violating my civil rights because I told them 2 months prior that people have been swatting me. So if you get a crazy call to my house, it's just a prank. And for the first swatting call, there was 6 cars and probably 15 to 20 sheriff's department, all pointing pistols and machine guns at me. Really a scary experience. Like super unprofessional. I mean, I thought it was unprofessional, but it was professional because I'm not dead. So that's good. The police department works for the citizens, not the other way around. And for them to treat me like a criminal is not really fair. It's, this is why we have laws, but they don't follow the laws. They want to operate outside the law. And this is the police state that we're in. Like Israel and the lobbyists have slowly inched us into the police state. And all the school shootings and all the active shooters. Well, we don't know. Could be an active shooter. Well, when some of this stuff actually might not have even occurred. So the thing with Alex Jones, I can't talk about it, but those kids are still alive. So since they're still alive, a crime wasn't committed. Nobody was murdered. They were like witness protection program. So somebody has the narrative. We need to make people believe that guns are dangerous so we can disarm the population. Who would benefit from the population being disarmed? China and Russia. And anybody that wants to run an authoritative state structure on the people. Hey, police, any police watching? We're going to take away your guns. Whoa, Wayne. I'm not sure I like the way that sounds. Exactly. So you want to take away civilian guns? Then we're going to take away the guns from the police because the police can't be trusted with their guns. Because when only the police and the authority have guns, what do you call that? Tyranny. It's called tyranny. Commies benefit in the U.S. too. Exactly, yeah. Russia is subverting it. It's, Russia never gave up subverting America after the fall of the Soviet Empire. Yuri Brezhnev talks about cultural subversion, and it only takes one generation to destroy the family through drugs, homosexuality, breaking up the family, no more religion, degeneracy. We're fully in the grips of complete cultural subversion. And by breaking up the family, you don't have strong ties to the community, and you're always working just to pay rent. That's where everybody's at. Everybody is basically a economic slave, a wage slave. And it can get a lot worse, friends. Just when you think the fucking's over, that's when the real fucking begins. So they're like, me getting this property where I'm getting it is so I can garden. If I couldn't garden there, I wouldn't even consider this. This is all about my survival. If you're ever in Colorado and want to go shoot for free, I have a public spot in the mountains where I go. You're invited. Okay, JJ. JJ, you're going to have to send me an email to lambright@gmail so we can stay in contact. Or chat me up on Twitter. I just want to shoot the 22 bullets, the cheap ones. The bigger bullets don't do anything for me. It's really about plinking for me. I just like plinking. Yeah. Yeah, the police with the police state, they need to realize that they're destroying the America they say they love. By creating a police state, a cop who's interested in the police state he's a tyrant himself. He's not interested in our constitutional republic. He's a micro tyrant. I've said this before. I do regret running for president now. After all the bad things that have happened to me, I wouldn't have done it. I won't do it. I wouldn't do it again. And I regret it. It's ruined so much of my life. It's made a lot of my, my life is much richer in a different way I didn't expect. So I evolved with this process. I changed through this process. I didn't know I was going to go through this process. It's not something I was seeking. I'm happy to survive it. And I'm curious what good things will come of it in the future. But it was a pretty painful process to go through, for sure. I'm also, middle-aged man right now, and I'm 10 years away from being senior citizen. I'm age 55, so I got a lot of things I want to accomplish in my life. One of them is my anti-gravity. I would actually like to get known as the person who discovered gravity's true nature, my theory of our solar system and how it, I might even have enough for the grand unification theory, which is something Einstein couldn't put together. I don't have the ability to write an equation on it right now, but I know how it works, and anyways, I might want to spend time on that, or not. We'll see. I need money to live, and all the stuff I just said is basically ego flexing. So if I can make it happen easily, I will. Otherwise, I'll work on anti-gravity. I'm pretty sure I have a way to make unlimited electricity, non-combustible electricity, non-combustion. Oh, I didn't see what you wrote, JJ. JJ, I'm giving you monitor status since you're so friendly and helpful. Yeah, it's patent number 2,912,244. 2,912,244. It'll say amusement device. Wayne will be Starfleet Admiral of the 1,000-year Techno Right. Exactly. The 4th and happy X Day tomorrow. Oh, what's X Day? I didn't know that. I gotta go drink heavily and light some fuses. Haha. Right on. I bought some bottle rockets. It's not my intent to shoot them off here. Actually, I was going to shoot them off like for New Year's Eve. I don't want to be the new guy who buys a place and then I'm shooting off firecrackers. My neighbors could be like, dude, we got veterans around here, or, you're going to start a fire. I got to baby step into my new neighborhood. You're welcome, JJ. Well, we talked for an hour. Take it easy, Drift Speed. Have a wonderful day. I'm out of things to talk about anyways. I'm going to walk somewhere and get a coffee. I think there's a Starbucks like a mile away, so that's 20-minute walk there, 20-minute walk back. Ooh, maybe I can maybe I can find a Walgreens. I think there is a Walgreens close. Get a shave. All right, thank everybody for being here. Drift Speed, JJ, Techrohedricon, Andy McKay, Alex Jones Massacre, Ghost Pronto, who got a timeout. All right, bye-bye. Happy 4th, everybody. Love you all.